Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing what I secretly want to tell you spread for all of my Capricorns out there. So let's get after it. Okay, here we go. Sun, rising Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus, and Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. What do they secretly want to tell all of my Capricorns out there? What do they secretly want to tell all of my Capricorns out there? Okay, that feels good. Here we go. Okay, so the Hierophant card represents a long time, a traditional long-term committed relationship. This person is looking for a long-term committed relationship with you. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords here as well. That represents someone that not only wants a long-term committed relationship, but they're approaching this situation knowing exactly what they want. Okay, so there's no mental blockages here. There's no mental ambiguity here. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly how to go about getting it as they're moving towards you. So this is a person that's very sure about what they want out of this relationship with you. Now, this individual, with the Five of Swords here, this individual, there were times where the relationship kind of seemed a little bit uneven, but on par, on average, things were there was more upside than downside. So they just stayed. They decided to stay and fight for this relationship here. There were very two clear directions that this individual could have taken, and they decided to move towards a more robust, solid relationship with you. Now, with all that being said, things have slowed down here a little bit with the Hangman card. So things have kind of slowed down a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, sometimes slowing down things, it helps you get a better perspective of things, if you will, and that's what was the case here. All right, now we got the Star card here that represents a renewal, a rebirth, hope, if you will. So this is definitely a fresh new situation that's beginning to take shape here. And finally, here we have a lot of strength and a lot of passion towards a new opportunity here. So far, this looks like a pretty good spread here. So with that being said, let's see what are the potential blockages that you guys may be dealing with here. Okay, so here we go. What potential blockages are my Capricorns dealing with? What potential blockages are my Capricorns potentially dealing with here? One more shuffle here. What potential blockages are my Capricorns potentially dealing with here? Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. Cards I need to see. Okay, that feels good. Feels very good. All right, here we go. Okay, all right. So, let me take a little bit of a drink here. Okay, let's get things popping here. All right, so remember, these are blockages. Well, remember what I said with the Hangman energy, kind of taking the time out to really kind of slow things down. It can be perceived as a good thing, kind of taking time to you really dot your I's and cross your T's. However, there's a flip side to that. It's cool to kind of slow things down for a little bit. But if things stay slowed down a little bit for an extended period of time, then that's when things become stagnant and stale. And that's what you don't want. All right, so there is that potential for that to be the case here as well. A slowdown, okay. A full-on stop, not so much. All right, so that's what you don't want. In addition, here we have the Nine of Wands energy here, and there is a little bit of apprehension. The feeling here, I have a sense here that that either you or them, it could potentially be both of you as well. feeling a little guarded. You know, you're kind of guarding your emotions, guarding your feelings here. And the reason why that could be seen as problematic is because, um, you know, you're not fully engaging in a situation. And I believe that this other individual, it's you or them. You can feel the other person not being is not completely all in. You know, and that's problematic here, and that's what causes this unevenness with the temperance card here. There's no equal give and take. There's no balance. Things are kind of out of alignment, if you will. So that's the potential here. And when things are kind of out of alignment, that leads to Seven of Cups situation where you kind of start looking at your other options, other things around you. You know, you kind of start second guessing and doubting, uh, uh, the potential of the relationship there. You know, your eyes start kind of wandering, not meaning that you or they are going to actually partake in, another relationship, but, you kind of start second guessing your relationship and looking at other people's relationships and looking at other people and, coming to the conclusion of, wow, they seem like they're a lot happier, they're a lot more fulfilled. Actually, and again, with these Seven of Cups here, with these choices here. Some of these choices are illusionary too. Some of these choices are illusion. So, the grass is not always greener on the other side, and just because something glitters doesn't mean that it's gold. All right, so that's definitely relevant to this particular situation. Also, we have the World card here. So things have come full circle. That's been the beginning, there's been the middle, and there is an end. Now, the question is this the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning? Okay? So has this thing just kind of run out of steam and we're kind of at the last throws here, you know, before we just kind of run out of track and that's a wrap? Or is it the end of the beginning and you're reaching a new phase of the relationship, you know? And so, basically, the honeymoon period may be over, and now we're really beginning to really dig deep in the minutia. And this is when you really see what you're made out of, and really start to build something solid. Okay, because honeymoons are great, but that's a lot of illusion, a lot of fantasy, things like that. Everything's rosy, but now this is the hard part. This is where the rubber meets the road, and you really start building something solid. So this could be that phase of the relationship as well. Now, also here again, remember these are all blockages here. We got the Death card here, okay, and endings and new beginnings. And so again, the problem is, not so much the problem, but the you know the yeah, the problem here is that once some people get to thinking, hey, the grass is greener on the other side, or their lives is so much more fulfilling than mine, you start thinking like you want to start something new, something fresh. If I start something new and something fresh, then that spark will be back. Spark will be back. Also, there's this thinking of again, you just got to be careful about this because every relationship kind of meets a rough patch, but believe it or not, doing those rough patches are really when you really start forming those inroads into each other, really get to really figure out who each other is, and that's what's important here. And you just kind of hit a rough patch, but if you make it over this, then trust me, I do feel like there's some real substance to this thing here. It's not all smoke and mirrors here. It's just a little bit of a rough patch here. And finally, we have the Ten of Cups. Now again, these are blockages, and this represents a situation in which like long-term committed relationship, possible children in the future. And that's something that really needs to be discussed too. I think that a conversation needs to be had as far as having children in the future and things like that. I think that discussion needs to be had because I feel like either one or both of you are not really sure if you want to have children, want to have children in the near future. And I think that's a discussion that really needs to be had. Okay. So with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give. I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to get before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to get before I shut this thing down? One more shuffle. There we go. Yeah, feels good there. All right, so here we go. Perception. Okay. Make sure that you guys are able to come to some type of center point, some type of commonality here, because the perception, your perception and their perception, right now, the perception is all screwed up, and so you guys really need to sit down and have those conversations. Again, this is that rough patch. And if you get past this, that's when things are going to be okay. Okay. Also, revolution. Just like the world card, things have come. Remember, I talked about things are coming full circle, beginning, a middle, and the end. And the question again is this the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning? That's the key here. And also, surface. Okay. And so, Spirit wants to let you know, hey, listen. This is when things really begin to you really begin to see who is beneath the mask. Like I said, the honeymoon's over. So now we're going to really get to see, they're going to get to really see who you are. You're really going to get to see who they are. And that's when you're going to really be able to really start forming something here that's solid, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone. If it didn't resonate with you, then those parts that did, take away from it what you will. Those parts that did not resonate with you, dismiss them outright, okay? But if this did resonate with you and you want to know more about this particular reading, okay? I'll leave the link below. You make sure you get yourself a personal reading, all right? If you guys haven't already, please like, please share, and absolutely subscribe. I love you guys, and I will absolutely see you next time. So enjoy the rest of your day, no matter where you are in the world.